Welcome to SNUathletics.com. Connor McKenzie here for the Crimson Storm. Reggie Lindsley on the mound for your Southern Nazarene Crimson Storm, coming in with a 7-37 record against Rogers State, who's 29-14. On the second pitch of the game, Reggie Lindsley gives up a solo shot to Matt Siebert. And here at the plate now for Rogers State, Sam Davison battling Lindsley with a full count. Nobody on and no out after the solo shot given up on just the second pitch of the ball game. A rough start for the Storm. Look to get back on track here in this at bat, but Davison takes ball forward to first base, and they'll bring up Bradley Degnan for the Hillcats. Degnan, the junior, hitting .304 on the season. 168 at bats, has 51 hits, 9 doubles, 1 triple, 8 home runs, and a slugging percentage of .512. Here in the at-bat, Davison holding now with a 2-0 count against Lindsley. Degnan said batting .304, letting Lindsley throw to him. He's got a 13.3 ERA, no wins, no losses. He's yet to throw a complete game. He's been pulled from giving up quite a few runs this season. 15 appearances, 2 starts, 23 innings pitched. He's given up 27 hits and 34 runs, all of them earned. 30 walks and 21 strikeouts, with an opponent batting average of .287. Pitch catches just on the outside edge of the strike zone. Strike one against Degnan. Davison holding at first, looking to possibly steal second early in the game to continue to set the tone here against the Crimson Storm. Gotten off to a rough 1-0 start. Lindsley with the 3-1. Just inside, ball 4, and Degnan will go to first. Second walk of the game for Lindsley. Starters for your Crimson Storm today are Dylan Phelan at shortstop, Kobe Saran at left field, Tyler Stevens at third, Perez in center field, Wiggins at first, DeShisholo at right field, Austin Cooper at second, Jeff Harris, the designated hitter, and Ryan Tucker behind the plate for the Crimson Storm. Storm coming off a series victory against this past weekend. A good battle from the Crimson Storm on the first game on Sunday afternoon, coming from a 7-1 deficit, to put up back-to-back 6- and 5-run innings to ultimately take the victory 12-8. Incredible win for the Crimson Storm. As the Tigers just continue their trend, they're losing 9 games straight coming into the series. Ultimately lost 2 of 3, trying to climb themselves up in the GAC standings for some postseason play, as Lindsley sits here now with a 2-0 count against Chris Miguel. Is batting .361 on the season with 8 home runs as well and a slugging percentage of .613. A high, wild pitch from Lindsley. Tucker with a nice snag to keep the runners at bay at first and second. 3-0 count for Lindsley, but needs to put some balls over the strike zone. All catches outside edge of the plate to strike one, as Miguel was ready to toss his bat and go to first and set up bases loaded for the Hillcats. Lindsley able to find the strike zone, maybe get some rhythm here on this throw, try to secure a double play. Another strike right over the middle of the plate. Miguel not ready. Full count for Miguel. Lindsley working with a little bit of momentum here in this at-bat. We'll see as the payoff pitch is looming. 3-2 count with 2 on and nobody out. Lindsley fires high over the middle of the plate, trying to get Miguel to chase. And just like that, bases loaded in a 1-0 deficit. And Tim Cole calls time to come talk to Lindsley on the mound. I think we may have some action in the bullpen early this afternoon if the pitching like this continues. It's an ugly start for the Crimson Storm. But it is a beautiful day here out in Bethany. The sun is shining. Hardly a cloud in the sky. Winds blowing from southeast and northwest, northeast. And after the brief conversation between Cole, Tucker, and Lindsley, ready to rock and fire this at bat. Now with Jason Marley up to the plate for the Hillcats, batting .397 on the year, with 62 hits and 156 tries, 15 doubles, 2 triples, 5 home runs, and a slugging percentage of .615, not to mention 32 RBIs. Ball 1 taken high inside from Lindsley. Hillcats are almost, they're well over halfway through the lineup now. And the Storm have not even registered an out. They got to get something going here. But Lindsley's got to find a strike zone and put these batters in difficult position. He finds a strike zone for a 1-1 count. Ball gets hit right up shortstop field, flips over to Cooper, thrown over to first, secures a double play. Another run scores for the Hillcats in the meantime. Nice hit from Marley, but to be able to advance the runner to third and home plate. Now 2-0 for the Hillcats, but Storm did register 2 outs and trying to stop the bleeding here and try to secure this out as Ishmael Orozco. Batting .252 on the season with 37 hits and 147 tries. Holds for ball 1. Does have 37 hits and 8 doubles, no triples, 2 home runs, and 21 RBIs. And a slugging percentage of .347. Ball catches low and away. Looked like it caught the outside edge of the plate, but just a little bit too low for the batter. 2-0 count now for Lindsley. And getting further behind in the count is Lindsley, 3-0. Lindsey now ready. 4 straight balls on the outside from Lindsey. Runners on the corners now for the Hillcats. Derek Brumble up to the plate. He's only appeared in 20 games this season, started 13. Batting average of .271. 7 RBIs and a slugging percentage of .375. Only registered 13 hits, but in 48 tries. See how he works against the arm of Lindsey. Ball was trying to hang to catch the outside edge of the plate, but a little too far outside and a little too low. Ball 1. Lindsey with the 1-0. Nice pitch off the inside edge of the plate. 1-1 count. Runners get the signals from the third base coach. I'm going to take a lead off the bag. Lindsey fires. Sky ball reaching back. Tucker trying to make the grab, and he does. Secures the out and the inning. Crimson Storm stop the bleeding and take a 2-0 deficit heading into the bottom of the first. We'll be right back here at SNUathletics.com. We're back here at SNUathletics.com. Dylan Field leading off for your Crimson Storm. Shortstop for this afternoon, doing battle against Brock Naughton. Holds for strike one off at the outside edge of the plate. Filling on the season at batting .262 with 45 hits and 172 tries. 13 RBIs. Swings and drops one towards center field, right towards the center fielder. Brooks Douglas secures the first out of the inning. They'll leave Kobe Saran to come up to the plate now for the Crimson Storm. Freshman left fielder, batting .270 on the season with 27 hits and 100 tries, 7 runs, no doubles or triples. Does have a home run to his credit and a .300 slugging percentage with 10 RBIs. Saran trying to do some damage against Brock on the mound here. The right-handed pitcher, the sophomore for the Hillcats, with a 7.18 ERA, 3 wins, 1 loss. In 12 appearances, and has 1 start to his credit prior to today. Saran holds and now moves the count to 1-1. Strong gets a hold of this one right to the shortstop, flips it to first. Strong to be called out at first place. Good throw from Ismail Orozco. Now to the plate. Third baseman for the day, Tyler Stevens, a senior who had incredible batting performance his past series against East Central. Was able to get things going in both games. Coming in clutch with getting on base in the first game, the second game with a nice 3-run bomb to take the lead back, but Storm ultimately could not hang on with an 8-6 deficit. Could not overcome to end the game in 7. Stevens in his first at bat here today. Looking to do some work against Naughton. That said, in 12 appearances and 26.1 inning pitch, has given up 35 hits, 23 runs, 21 in the Merd. Stevens with a swing and a miss on a 2-0 count, now 2-1. Has 6 walks, 10 strikeouts, and an opponent batting average of .318 for Naughton. Naughton readies a 2-1 against Stevens. Swings, hits it hard up left, fouled off, coming towards it. Sam Casanelli, and he makes the grab, covering some good ground in the process. We're right back here at SNUathletics.com. No runs, no hits, no errors. Storm down 2-0 heading to the top of the second. We'll be right back. We're back here at SNUathletics.com. Lindsey back on the mound, ready to do battle against number 33, the left fielder for the Hillcats, Sam Casanelli. The junior batting .288 on the season with 21 hits and 73 tries. Holds for a changeup looking pitch right over the middle for a strike 1. Once his next pitch catches the dirt. 1-1 count now for Casanelli. Give you guys a look of how the trend started here for Crimson Storm. 2 runs given up by Lindsay. As you can see, the Storm gave up 2 runs in the first. A solo shot from off Lindsay's arm for after the second pitch of the ball game, and gave up a couple of consecutive walks, and they were just able to advance the runners around the bases to take a 2-0 lead. Could have gotten worse, but the Storm were able to secure a double play and an out following. After a nice catch from Ryan Tucker from a ball that was popped up. Full count now for Casanelli, his first at bat of the game. Shot here right up over the head of Phelan for the base hit. Rounding first over to second. The throw. Incredible throw from center fielder for the Crimson Storm, Perez. Used to call him DeShisholo's name from center. But lineup got a little changed up here at the end of the season. Coach Lee experimenting with some different lineups and some changes, seeing how guys may function in a different setting. Nevertheless, a base hit for Casanelli. Brooks Douglas now up to the plate for the Hillcats. Pitch away off the plate. Ball 1 now. Lindsay's got to be able to find a way to put the ball over the strike zone.
It's still going.
Ball low towards the dirt. Ball 2 now. Lindsay could get in some big trouble here like he was in the first. If he's not able to put his throws over the strike zone and make him chase something. Going for the bunt attempt. Good strategy from most teams. They go for the bunt attempt after they get somebody on base and they have no outs. They have no risk for it. So far, Lindsay's been throwing high over the strike zone. So Douglas maybe he'll just get away with a walk here. 3-0 count now for Douglas. And a nice throw right over the middle of the plate for strike 1. Douglas still looking for the bunt attempt. Lindsay now with a full count for Douglas. Different game here with Douglas was facing a 3-0. Let the next 2 pitches go by. Trying to get Lindsay to throw to him, but he threw right over the strike zone. Now we'll see what Lindsay has here against Douglas. Runner to second. And he slides in safely after a called ball on the full count. Umpire's checking the swing, see if he went. He's saying no. He stayed true and is able to advance to first. Now runners on first and second for the Hillcats. Back at the top of the lineup, Matt Subert for the Hillcats. Good throw there from Lindsay, able to hang it up and bring it down over the strike zone. A hard shot from Subert to center field. Perez looking for it, but Subert gets his second home run of the day. This time a 3-run shot over left center. Not a good start for the Crimson Storm. Chalk up 3 more runs on the board for the Hillcats after a nice 3-run shot. That clears the bases, and Tucker goes to talk with Lindsay, trying to get things under control. Looks like we have some action in the bullpen early. Lindsey may be pulled if this thing continues to get out of hand. Good looking throw from Lindsey right over the middle, leaving Davison looking. 0-1 count now. Senior with a 3.43 average on the season walked in his first at bat. And a quick 0-2 count now for Lindsey. May look to get his batter to chase here. Or maybe expecting something over the middle. We'll see what Lindsey has in store for him on the mound. Swing and a miss. First strikeout of the day for Reggie Lindsey. And the first out of the inning. Lindsey readies. First throw and in the dirt. Just about to bounce off the ankles of Bradley Degnan. He'll take ball one. Now that's a dangerous throw. Lindsey, after a nice at bat, 3 straight strikes, and throws one in the dirt against Degnan. And this one high over the plate from Lindsey. Got to be careful here. Lindsey with the 2-0. Ball catches the outside edge of the plate. Strike one for Lindsey. Oh, excuse me. He called it a ball. A hand signal from the umpire looked like he was calling a strike. 3-0 count now. He's got to find something. And the umpire is calling it's a 2-2 count now for Degnan. Lindsey with the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Reggie Lindsey. Now to the plate for the Hillcats. Number 21, Chris Miguel, who's also walked in his last at bat. Storm just like that, have nobody on base and 2 outs. And Reggie Lindsey looking to find some rhythm here with back-to-back strikeouts. Ball hanging over the middle, strike one against Miguel. And ball just hangs a little too much in the outside. Finds the dirt for ball one. Reggie with the 1-1 against Miguel. Trying to find something here and pick up this lead as the ball gets picked up out of the dirt. 2-1 now against Miguel. Miguel working with a 5-0 lead early in the game. Ball a little too far outside. 3-1 count. Miguel calling time, steps back into the batter's box, trying to figure out where Lindsey throws at him. He hits this one hard, one hopper off left, over to Stevens, fires it over to first, over to Wiggins, secures the out and the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Crimson Storm take a 5-0 deficit into the bottom of the second. We'll be right back here at SNUathletics.com. We're back here at SNUathletics.com, leading off the game, off the inning for your Crimson Storm. Number 5, Garrett Perez, out in center field today for your Crimson Storm, facing a 5-0 deficit against Brock Naughton. Nice bunt attempt, back up to Naughton, flips it over to first, secures the first out of the inning. Garrett, a speedy runner for the Crimson Storm, not quick enough. She runs the first out. Next up to the bat for the Crimson Storm, number 14, Anthony Wiggins, our first baseman and part-time pitcher. Wiggins steps up to the plate for his first at bat of the afternoon as Storm went 3 up, 3 down in the first. Wiggins holds for strike 1. Ball catches the outside edge of the plate. Fans telling the umpires to call it more consistently, but they've been calling that edge all day so far as that pitch goes way outside for ball 1. 1-1 count for Wiggins. Wiggins on the season batting .313 with 4 home runs, 27 RBIs, and a slugging percentage of .489. Hits one hard down the right field line for the base hit. Rounding first, he'll head to second. It bounces off the wall. Going to second, he's telling him to go third, but he holds, and as he stays at second, he would have been called out by a mile if he tried to run to third. Now to the plate for the Crimson Storm after some life after the base hit from Anthony Wiggins is our other resident senior, Mike DeShishalo, out in right field today for the Storm, batting .323 on the season. 8 home runs, 41 RBIs, and a slugging percentage of .535 as DeShishalo just got off to an insane start with, I believe, 5 home runs in this first 3 series they had this season. Hanging pitch high inside against DeShishalo, ball 1. Steps back into the box with his patented arm and shoulder bounce with the bat. He'll ready for the 0-1 count with 1 on second and 1 out on the board. Swings hard right, fouled off over the stands into the parking lot. A 1-1 count for DeShishalo. Calls time, steps back into the box. Naughton with the 1-1. Swings hard again, pops up right. Going towards the first baseman, he makes the grab, and Wiggins will stay at second. 2 outs on the board for the Crimson Storm as our second baseman for the day, Austin Cooper. Now to the plate for the Storm, bat .271 on the season with 19 hits and 70 tries. Has played in 24 games this season. Started 19. Does have a double to his credit. No triples or home runs. Does have 5 RBIs. Slugging percentage of .286. Holds for ball 1 against Naughton. Second pitch to Cooper. Bounces well before the plate for ball 2. Cooper sitting good with a 2-0 count. Cooper stepped back into the box ready to receive the 2-0 count from Naughton. Looks off. Wiggins at second. Swings right in between the gap. Wiggins rounding third. Coming home, and he will score. Cooper thought about running to second. Goes back to first, and Storm get on the board after the base hit from Cooper sends Wiggins back home. 5-1 lead now for the Hillcats. As Jeff Harris steps up to the plate, our designated hitter for the day. Hitting .206 with 22 hits and 107 tries. Started in 33 of the 37 games he's played in. Jeff Harris, solid player for the Crimson Storm. able to make some things happen last season up to the plate and some decent fielding. Able to come through this season as well. Looking for his 23rd hit. Yeah, well, why not go for another home run? He's got 3 on the season. 4th on the team in home runs. Harris ready with the 0-1 with Cooper at first. Cooper runs back to first after the look-off throw from Naughton. Naughton readies. As Harris hits a one-hopper foul and caught by the third base coach of the Crimson Storm. Gets some oohs and ahs from the Storm dugout. I'm not saying that catch was Odell Beckham Jr.-like, but it was pretty good. Nevertheless, 0-2 count from Jeff Harris against Naughton, looking to do something here to get some more runs on the board and continue this inning for the Crimson Storm. Hard hit up to third, flipped over to second, secures the out and the inning. Cooper couldn't get there quick enough. Storm were able to get 1 run on the board and leave 1 on base. We'll be right back here at SNUathletics.com with the Crimson Storm down 5-1, headed to the top of the 3rd. Don't go anywhere. We're back here at SNUathletics.com, leading off the inning. Jason Marley for the Hillcats. Won the day is 0-1 with a ground out against Lindsay. Lindsay in the Storm trying to continue to stop the bleeding, down 5-1 in the top of the 3rd now. Hillcats on the other side trying to build this lead, knowing the Storm here at home have been known to mount some incredible comebacks to make things interesting and take a couple of victories, as they did on Sunday against East Central, down 7-1, able to come back and win 12-8. Third pitch to Marley, drops down a little low, 2-1 count. Now for Lindsay. Ball finds a little too low over the plate. 3-1 count now for Lindsay. Jason Marley sitting nice, be able to take a chance here on this throw. It's somebody he sees that he likes. Lindsay not able to find the strike zone. Those 4 balls and 4 straight balls as Marley takes his base. So 6th walk of the day for Reggie Lindsay is number 3, Ismail Roscoe for the Hillcats comes up, who was walked in his first attempt. looking for his first hit of the day. Ball finds the outside edge of the plate, strike one. Lindsey trying to find that rhythm that he had in the second, able to strike a couple guys out, not before, after he gave up a 3-run shot. Hanging throw from Lindsey, able to drop into the glove for strike two. Just like that, an 0-2 count for Ismail. This one hit left, hanging. Saran finds it in his glove, secures the first out of the inning. Lindsey now doing battle now against Derek Brumble, who's 0-1 on the day with a fly out and left 2 runners on base. Has Marley at first, so the right situation comes up for the Storm. If it's when he's left in the infield, the Storm could easily make a double play. A 6-4-3 double play would be ideal here for the Storm. Unless Lindsey gets a strikeout, either way, that much closer to getting out of this inning and keeping the score as is at 5-1 and letting the batters do the work in the bottom of the third. Lindsey readies the 0-1. That one well short of the plate. Good block there from Tucker. Umpire goes out to talk with Lindsey. I give him perhaps some words of encouragement or humor or whatever may be. Umpire dusts off the plate. We'll resume play once he gets back to his position. 1-1 count for Lindsey against Brumble. As Brumble steps back into the box, the umpire has us resume play. Ball catches the inside edge of the plate. Strike. Oh, no strike call. The umpire calls a ball there. That ball found the glove. Two-one count for Lindsey. Hanging ball, runner possibly. Runner from first comes back as Tucker fires over to Wiggins. 2-2 count now for Lindsey. Runner to second. Reggie tries to throw him out at first. Umpire signaling him to go to second. So on a ball call by our umpire standing behind Lindsey, runner's able to advance to second. 2-2 count now for Brummel with a man on second. Swing and a miss. Ball gets away from Tucker, trying to track the ball down. So even with the swing, Tucker not able to get a hold of it. Runners are able to advance to first and third, so runners on the corners for the Hillcats. Tucker's signaling to Lindsey what he's looking for. Let's see what Lindsey has in store with runners on the corners and only one out. Inside pitch. Clips the batter, Sam Casanelli. Just like that, bases loaded for Lindsey. Could have had a possible 2-out scenario. But instead, there's only one out on the board and bases loaded. And dangerous hitter and Brooks Douglas up to the plate. Throw here down and low. Low and inside from Lindsey. 1-0 count now. Got some more action and talking in the bullpen. They look to pull Lindsey here soon if things don't get under control. High and outside pitch. 2-0 count now. Lindsey's got to be able to find the strike zone. Ball a little low again. 3-0 count now. Brooks Douglas may look to beat another walk and another run here for the Hillcats, but Lindsey's got to be able to find the strike zone and make these batters worry about facing him. High and inside pitch. Take your base and another run on the board for the Hillcats. Tucker and Coach Tim Cole call time, and they give the signal for new pitcher on the mound. Looks like it'll be freshman Josh Flowers on the mound for the Crimson Storm. So while he's warming up, we'll take a quick break here at SNUathletics.com. Don't go anywhere. We're back here at SNUathletics.com. Josh Flowers on the mound now for the Crimson Storm. First pitch goes in the dirt. Ball 1 against Flowers. Ball catches outside edge of the plate. Strike 1. Good look from Flowers. Storm need answer here. They've got one out on the board, and nice hit to the infield. Possibly set up a double play would be ideal, but just like Lindsey, Flowers has got to be able to find the strike zone. Two-one count for Flowers. One hopper up the field and over to Cooper. Flows over to first. Secures the out and the inning. Just like that, Flowers is able to secure the inning for the Crimson Storm. Good work from the freshman. Get the Storm out of the jam. 6-1 deficit heading to the bottom of the third. We'll be right back here at SNUathletics.com. We're back here at SNUathletics.com on the mound for the Hillcats. Brock Naughton on the plate for the Crimson Storm. A solid hit ball from Tucker. Umpire thought it was a one-hopper before it hit the glove of the third baseman. But he's thrown out at first, and one pitch out now for the Crimson Storm. Feeling now to the plate for the Crimson Storm. Strike over the middle of the plate for Phelan. 0-1 count with nobody on and one out to lead off the bottom of the inning. Phelan hits this one up left, circling underneath it. Sam Castanelli makes the grab, and the second out already for the Crimson Storm. And Kobe Saran out to the plate for the Crimson Storm with nobody on and 2 out. It's been a 3-pitch inning so far. Brock Naughton having a stellar day through 2 2/3 inning pitches, giving up 2 hits, only 1 run, 1 earned, no walks, no strikeouts. They can do work against freshman Kobe Saran. First pitch is outside in the dirt for ball 1. Pitch low and outside again, ball 2. Trying to get the freshman to chase, not having it. We'll stay here with a 2-0 count. Ball hit right to the shortstop. Ismail Orozco slips over to first to Davison. Just like that, third inning has come to a close. We head to the top of the 4th. Storm down 6-1. We'll be right back here at SNUathletics.com. We're back here at SNUathletics.com. Back on the mound, Josh Flowers for the Crimson Storm, doing battle against Sam Davison for the Hillcats. So 0-1 on the day with a walk and a strikeout. First pitch outside for ball 1. Umpire's not really calling that outside edge here this afternoon. He's called the inside, but the outside not so much. That ball goes way outside for ball 2. Nice throw from Flowers right over the middle. Yeah, I noticed about the freshman Flowers, he's usually pretty calm and collected when he comes on the mound and just lets his throws go. Doesn't seem out of rush or out of sync. Not the strongest arm, but pretty consistent where he throws. 3-1 count now for Flowers. Got to put this one in the batter's box. Ball gets hit on a one-hopper foul. Full count now for Davison, trying to get something going here to not strike out his second go-around here this afternoon. This one gets hit hard left up to Stevens. Nice snag. Throws over to first to Wiggins. Secures the first out of the inning. Stevens to Wiggins been a stellar connection here this afternoon. Bradley Degnan down to the plate for the Hillcats. Also 0-1 on the day with a walk and a strikeout. Good looking throw for strike one from Flowers. Flowers, a good change of pace here for the Crimson Storm after Lindsay could not really get anything going. Throws this one a little outside for ball one. This one hit hard out the right to Cooper's glove, flips over to Wiggins, secures the second out of the innings. Just like that, Storm are just a couple pitches away from securing the inning. Trying to get back on the board on the offensive side. The defense has really played well. Our pitching for the Crimson Storm has gotten more under control, and teams are relaxed a little bit, and they've really connected, not made any errors this afternoon. Ball hanging a little bit outside in the dirt. Starting for ball one against Chris Miguel, who's 0-1 of the day with a ground out and a walk. Hits this one off left past the third base coach. 1-1 count. Flowers readies. Pops this one up over the press box and foul. 1-2 count now. Flowers in a good situation. Nobody on. 2 out. And a 1-2 count. We'll see what he has here against Miguel. The far more experienced player getting worked by the freshman. And this at bat. This one hangs outside. 2-2 count. Trying to get Miguel to chase. And he was ready for it and moved to a 2-2. This one just a little high and outside. Full count now for Flowers. Flowers sets his feet. Fires this one over the plate. This one hit hard center field. Perez tracking back. Makes a snag at the warning track. What a grab from Garrett Perez. Put that one on the highlight reel for the sophomore. Storm hang on. Give up no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. Storm down 6-1, head to the bottom of the fourth. We'll be right back here at SNUathletics.com. Welcome back to SNUathletics.com. As you can see on bottom of your screen, Storm down 6-1 to Rogers State. At the end of the inning, Garrett Perez made an incredible leaping grab at center field to secure the out and the inning. Tyler Stevens now to the plate for the Crimson Storm to lead off the bottom of the fourth, looking for a bunt attempt, bringing the third baseman Matt Subert in a little closer, trying to secure the first out, but just missed the bat. Strike one for Stevens. Stevens hits one hard down the right field line. Just stays foul. If it's a foot on the other side of that line, and Stevens has himself a nice base hit. Instead, his count will move to 0-2. Stevens, the left-handed hitter, but throws right-handed. His career here at SNU has seen some pretty good games here as a Storm player holds for a pitch over the middle. Stevens now has 6 home runs on season. Had his 6th on senior day against East Central in the second game of the 3-game series. 1-2 count now for Stevens. Hits his one up left. Streaking left and hangs a little too far. Not far enough, making the grab as Sam Castanelli is able to secure the out for Stevens. Garrett Perez made an incredible catch. Then the top of the 4th inning, steps up to the plate for the Crimson Storm. First pitch to Perez hangs a little low and outside. For ball 1, Perez on the day 0 of 1 has a ground out. On a bunt attempt, went right back to the pitcher. Comes out swinging hard to the left field for the base hit. Just like that, Storm able to register another hit. They've matched Rogers State in hits with 3 each. Just not been able to translate that in terms of runs, as Rogers State has hit 2 home runs on the day. One of them a 3-run bomb that really looked to open up this game. Wiggins now up to the plate for the Crimson Storm, looking for his 5th home run of the season. Trying to further dip into this lead. He comes up swinging, goes right up to the third baseman, throws it up to first. Secured the out, going for the double play as Perez was rounding second, but decided to come back before he was tagged out and was able to slide in before the ball reached the second baseman's glove. The Shishlo now up to the plate for the Crimson Storm. Open on the day with a fly out. Trying to do some damage here against the Hillcats. A good-looking throw there from Naughton as it drops in the glove in the batter's box for strike 1. Naughton readies the 0-1 against the powerful hitter of DeShishalo. Ready in the 0-1 with Perez on second. Hits this one hard to the left, drops in for the base hit, bringing Perez around third. And he decides to go back after the rocket throw from Castanelli. Keeps him grounded at third. Runners on the corners for the Crimson Storm. Now up to the plate for the Crimson Storm, number 19, Austin Cooper. Two outs now for the Crimson Storm. Austin Cooper up to the plate. Trying to get something going here and try to further cut into this lead. Perez is begging to slide into home. Looking for the right hit. Cooper comes up swinging on a low pitch that drops in the dirt. Strike 1. Would have been ball 1 if Cooper hangs on, but saw it dipping and thought he could get a hold of it, just couldn't swing in time. 0-1 count for Cooper. Naughton looking off the Shishalo at first, holds and sets his feet and readies to throw with the 0-1 against Coop. Ball hanging a little bit, catches the Edge of the plate for strike two, just like that. Storm in a bit of a tough situation. 0-2 now for Cooper with runners on the corners. Can afford to swing here. We'll see if Nana looks to get him to chase, thrown outside. This one hit hard between the gap of first and second. Perez rounds third. Shishla rounding second. Slides into third safely. Cooper back at first. Just like that, it's now a 4-run game in favor of the Hillcats. After a very nice hit from Austin Cooper sends Perez into home. That gap has really been there for the Crimson Storm these last couple games. Found a strategy to try to hit between first and second. And shortstop and third, but shortstop and third baseman inched together a little closer, knowing the amount of right-handed hitters the Storm have. But Cooper, the right-handed hitter, was able to split it up the right side. An incredible hit from Cooper. Harris comes up, drops this one to left field. Right into the glove of Casanelli. Storm able to get on the board to cut into the lead, now 6-2 in favor of the Hillcats. We're right back here at SNUathletics.com with the top of the fifth underway. Don't go anywhere. We're back here at SNUathletics.com. Rogers State up 6-2 over your Crimson Storm. As you see, they put up 2 and 3 runs as Marley fouls off for a 1-1 count now. Rogers State was able to lead off the game with a solo shot on the second pitch of the game from off the arm of Reggie Lindsay. Third pitch gets away from Tucker trying to block it. 2-1 count. In the second inning, Rogers State put up a 3-run bomb that really opened things up with a 5-0 lead. Put the Storm in a bit of a hole, but have showed some resiliency these last couple innings and not giving up much. Change on the mound with Josh Flowers certainly helped that. Shot here from Marley goes out to left field. And another solo shot for the Hillcats. Jason Marley with just a rocket to left field. Now Josh Flowers is getting up his first earned run of the day through 1 2/3 inning pitched. That'll bring shortstop for the Hillcats, Ishmael Orozco, up to the plate, looking to continue to do some damage here against the Crimson Storm. Josh Flowers readies. Strike one, register right down the plate for Josh Flowers. It's a good-looking throw there. Strategy from a lot of these batters is take the first pitch, but second pitch here fouled off the tip of the bat. Right in the dirt, strike two. 0-2 count now for Orozco. Ball hangs in the dirt for ball one. So Flowers able to get off to a pretty good start here. And this at bat looks to try to finish this one after giving up the solo shot. This one hit right past Flowers. Couldn't make the grab for the base hit. 1 on now for the Hillcats. Derek Brummel, the designated hitter, up to the plate now for the Hillcats, who is 0-2 on the day with a strikeout, fly out. And ultimately has left 2 runners on base here this afternoon. Soon to follow him will be Sam Castanelli, who's 1-1 on the day, who's hit by a pitch. Then Brooks Douglas behind him. There's 2 walks and an RBI from one of his walks with the bases loaded. 2-0 count now for Flowers, who's given up a solo shot here in this inning and a single to start this inning. Look to get back on track here as this ball hit. One hopper to Flowers, throws it to second off pace from Phelan. Runner rounding second, comes in comfortably at third. After the errant throw from Flowers, puts runners on the corners with no outs now for the Storm. And it could have been a routine double play here for the Storm if Flowers is able to get that ball to connect to the glove of Phelan and throw it over to Wiggins, but a completely different situation now for the Storm. Ball hit up the right side. Good throw there. Wiggins, a bit of a jam. Couldn't cover enough ground there for the Storm, and another run comes in. 8-2 advantage now for the Hillcats. So 2 on, nobody out for the Hillcats. Flowers. Ball right down the middle as Douglas was looking to bunt. Elected to pull back, but takes strike 1. Infield has come in a little bit with Wiggins in the grass after the bunt attempt. This ball's popped up, dropping down. Wiggins comes over, makes the grab, secures the first out of the inning. After an 0-1 pop out. For the time being, stops the bleeding for the Crimson Storm as they secure the first out. First pitch outside to Matt Seward, who's 2 of 3 on the day, 4 RBIs, 2 home runs. He's hit both home runs here on the day. Flowers may not look to test Seward here on this at bat. Now with a 2-0 count. We'll see what Flowers throws at him. This one hit hard left. It's hanging. It's got a lot of length. It's got a lot of distance. Bounces off the wall. The throw now from Saran up to Phelan. Chalk up another run on the board for the Hillcats. The lead is now 9-2 in favor of Rogers State. Seward just having an incredible day with 3 of 4 on the day, 5 RBIs. And now a double to his credit. Looks like another pitching change already for the Crimson Storm. Flowers through 2 innings pitched, gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned. So now to the mound for the Crimson Storm, Connor Berry, sophomore from San Bernardino, California. While he's warming up, we'll take a break here at SNUathletics.com. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here at SNUathletics.com. Connor Berry on the mound for the Crimson Storm. And the sophomore here trying to get the Storm out of the inning with 2 on, 1 out. 1-0 pitch now to Sam Davison, who's 0-2 on the day with a walk, strikeout, and a groundout. Second pitch, high and outside, ball 2 now for Berry. Three-0 count now for Berry. Next pitch, 4 straight balls now for Berry. You sense a little bit of frustration here from Crimson Storm. Just trying to get some momentum here in the inning. And it's been a long season here for the Crimson Storm. They had more expectation with a lot of guys staying healthy as Berry finds the strike zone. So they had 16 guys that went out with injury last year, and we're trying to find anybody to fill these roster spots as the ball gets hit up in the gap of left center. Chalk up 2 more runs now for the Hillcats. And it's coming home, trying to beat the throw. Tucker hangs on as Davison was rounding third. And it's tagged out. Second out of the inning for the Crimson Storm. Good looking throw there from the outfield. Able to get things going here on the Storm, but now down 11 runs to 2. First throw from Berry. Trying to catch that outside edge. Umpire not having it here this afternoon. Berry sets with the 1-0 now. Checking the second base runner. Ball finds the middle of the plate, strike 1. And it has been a rough season for the Crimson Storm. Couldn't really get much momentum going out the gate. Starting with, I believe, an 0-8, 0-9 record. Just trying to get the bats hot. But, you know, there's a lot of inexperience here for the Storm as Berry finds the strike zone. Now 1-2 count against Miguel. There's a lot of experienced infield and outfield play, but there's not a lot of confidence in the player on the mound, and things are not going to go well as we see here this season. This one gets fouled off hard right into the parking lot. I think this is just going to be a byproduct that the Storm are going to have to see if they got to get their pitching under control to set them up for success for the seasons to come. Sure, Coach Lee and his staff are working tirelessly to try to inspire their guys to come together. That ball bounces off the dirt into the mask of Ryan Tucker. We'll go back here now with a 2-2 count for Berry. Shot here, one hopper up to Berry. Flips it over to first. Nice throw over to Wiggins, throwing hard from Berry. Finds the glove of Wiggins, secures the out and the inning. 5 runs, 5 hits, 1 error, 1 left on base for the Hillcats. We'll be right back here at SNUathletics.com. Don't go anywhere. We're back here at SNUathletics.com. Storm trying to get back into the game, down 11-2. Ryan Tucker at the plate for the Crimson Storm. Swing and a miss from Tucker, looking for someone as that ball was just over the middle of the plate, a little low for Tucker to get a hold of. He'll settle with the 0-1 count. Swing and a miss again for Tucker, 0-2. Tucker on the day, 0-1 with a ground out. On the season, hitting 123. With only 7 hits and 57 tries. Ryan Tucker having a bit of a odd season, swing and a miss, and be thrown out at first as the ball got away from the catcher, Jason Marley. And Dylan Phelan up to the plate now for the Crimson Storm. Phelan 0-2 as well with 2 flyouts. You know, the Storm here today can't really get the bats hot from the top of the lineup, but towards the bottom of the lineup, things have gotten a little better as they're able to register 5 hits, but only amount 2 runs. Storm here got to get things under control, try to find some guys on base. Phelan's able to get a hold of this one to center field. Tracking underneath it is Brooks Douglas. Makes the grab and secures the second out of the inning. And Kobe Cerrone will step up to the plate for the Crimson Storm. Kobe Cerrone now sitting with a 1-0 count. It's 0-2 on the day with 2 groundouts. Nobody on and 2 outs. Low and away for ball 2 against Cerrone. Storm got to find a way to connect here, trying to find some momentum. Down 11-2. Strike down the middle of the plate. Cerrone speaking with the umpire about the last call, moving on to now a 2-1 count. Brock Naughton having a nice day as that ball finds the outside edge for, just on the outside edge of the plate for a 3-1 count. 4 2/3 inning pitch for Naughton, who given up 5 hits and only 2 runs, 1 strikeout on the day. Swing and a hit hard up to Matt Seward, throws over to first, throws out Cerrone. Secures the out and the inning. 3 out, 3 down for the Hillcats. We'll be right back here at SNUathletics.com. Don't go anywhere. We're back here at SNUathletics.com. Barry back on the mound for the Crimson Storm. Starting with a 1-0 count against the catcher, Jason Marley. trying to get things going and just continue to push his lead. Ball catches the outside edge of the plate, strike one against Marley. Ball just a little outside the strike zone for ball two. Ball just gets past Tyler Stevens diving, trying to save it. And he'll reach first with the base hit. Ishmael Orozco now to the plate for the Hillcats. Barry's next pitch hanging just a little over the strike zone. A 1-1 count now against Ishmael Orozco. 1-2 on the day with a walk and a flyout. And a base hit. This one hit up to Phelan. Flips over to Cooper to second. Throws over to Wiggins at first. Secures both outs for the double play. A good start to the inning for the Crimson Storm. Just like that, 2 outs on the board and nobody on base. It is now the registered third double play for the Crimson Storm they have this afternoon. So good infield play here this afternoon to take advantage of those throws and the opportunities when they come up when the Storm been down. 1-0 count now for Barry against Derek Brumble, who's 0-3 on the day with a strikeout, flyout, and 2 runners left on base. Two-0 count now against Brumble. For Brumble. Fouls off for strike one. Next pitch hangs over the middle. Strike two. 2-2 count now. Barry in a good situation to get out of this inning with a 2-2 count and nobody on base. Hangs this one over the middle. Tucker knew it as soon as he caught it. Strike three looking. Storm head to bottom of the 6th inning. Down 11-2. We'll be right back here at SNUathletics.com. We're back here at SNUathletics.com. Laying out the inning for the Crimson Storm. Number 7, Tyler Stevens. Stevens on the day 0-2 with 2 flyouts. Trying to get something on the board here as Crimson Storm in a huge deficit. Comes out swinging off. Hit hard right. And caught by the right fielder, Bradley Degnan. Had to move a couple feet and just slide underneath it for the grab. Now up to the plate for the Crimson Storm, Garrett Perez. In his third attempt, he's 1-2 on the day, had a nice single early on and has a ground out from his first at bat. Throw here finds right over the middle of the plate against Perez, strike 1. Ball hit just past the second baseman, Chris Miguel. Perez able to reach for the base hit. A solid contact there from Perez, able to reach base for his last 2 attempts. Up to the plate now, Anthony Wiggins for the Crimson Storm. Try to continue off his teammate Perez and get on base. 1 on and 1 out for the Crimson Storm. So here with the 1-0 now for Wiggins. Waiting on the first pitch. Runner to second, Perez. Slides in and gets called out. Looks like his foot hit the bag clearly before he got tagged, but umpire called him out. Second out of the inning. Now Wiggins in a little bit more trouble with a 1-1 count and nobody on base. Comes out swinging, pops this one up. Left, tracking underneath it. Ishmael Roscoe is able to secure the out. And the inning, 3 up, 3 down for the Crimson Storm. We're right back here at SNUathletics.com with the top of the 7th coming up. Don't go anywhere. We're back here at SNUathletics.com. Sam Castaneda leading off for the Hillcats against Joy Tololo. Looking to close things out here for it. Crimson Storm in these last couple innings. First throw from Tololo goes low and away for ball 1. Next throw also away for ball 2 against Casanelli, who's 2 of 2 on the day with 2 singles and an RBI and was hit by a pitch earlier in the game. Ball finds the dirt, 3-0 count quickly for Toy Lolo. And ball finds the strike zone as Casanelli is ready to take his base, but 3-1 count now. Trying to find something here, and Casanelli flips his bat over, takes his base, and sends Brooks Douglas up to the plate. Brooks Douglas on the day 0-1 with an RBI, 2 walks, and a flyout. Toto looks off the runner at first, throws hard for ball 1. Ball down in the dirt. Ball 2. Tough situation for Toy Lolo coming in now with 1 on and a 2-0 count. He's got to look to throw this over the strike zone. Toy Lolo looks off Casanelli at first to Wiggins. Back safely and takes his lead off. Toy Lolo sets and ready to fire a 2-0 count. Throws this one. Gets hit hard right in between the gap. Shishlo coming up. Throws it over to Cooper. As Casanelli is able to reach third. Runners on the corners now. With Matt Subert up to the plate. Up to the plate for the Hillcats. Matt Subert on the day, 3 of 4 with 5 RBIs, a double, 2 home runs, a ground out, and 2 runners left on base. With 2 on and nobody out, Matt Subert in a good position to really put this one away and out of reach for the Crimson Storm. Holds for strike 1 against Toy Lolo. Matt Subert, junior, hitting .307, now has 3 home runs on the season. Tucker throwing back to first. Looking off the first base runner in Douglas. Subert now in an 0-2 count. See what Toy Lolo has to throw at him. Cooper comes back in motion for a possible bunt attempt from Subert as the infield is creeped in dramatically. Ball finds the dirt. Good block from Tucker. Runner advances to second in Douglas. Just putting more pressure here on the Crimson Storm. Just trying to secure an out in this inning. This one hit hard right up to Phelan. Looking to make a tag of somebody, but secures the out in Subert at first and keeps runners at bay on second and third. So, tough play from Phelan, looking for his man at second. Perez having a good laugh in center field, looking at what Phelan was doing, kind of hopping around before he made the decision to throw to first. The Storm will track back here. Toy Lolo throws this one and fouls off the bat of Sam Davison. It's 0-2 on the day with 2 walks, a strikeout, and a ground out on the afternoon.
You can tell we're playing the run. Because of the way the field's playing, we try not to keep that around, just put it around,
Good block there from Tucker as that ball bounced well before the plate. 1-1 count now. Up against Davison. Toilo ready in the 2-1 now. Swing and a miss from Davison. 2-2 count. Pitch was low and hanging, and Davison went for it. Came up empty. Tough situation now for Davison after Super grounds out. Toilo ready's now the 2-2. Swing and a miss again. Ball nearly gets away from Tucker, but throws it over to Wiggins. Secures the second out of the inning. Toilova doing some good work here in the 7th. Toilolo readies against Bradley Degnan. Comes up swinging. Fouls off left. Sends Connor Berry trotting out to go retrieve the foul ball. 0-1 count for Degnan as he steps back into the box. He's 1 of 3 on the day with 2 RBIs, a double, and a walk. Ball gets away from Tucker. Sends the run in from third. Storm now down 10 here in the top of the 7th with now 1 on and 2 out. Pitch high and inside from Toilolo. It's now 2-1. Toilolo's got to get these throws under control. Ball catches just outside the batter's box. 3-1 count now for Degnan. Pitch low and inside. Now puts runners on the corners for the Hillcats as Chris Miguel comes back up to the plate for the Hillcats. Toilo catching a signal from Tucker of what he's looking for in this at-bat. Miguel has not faced Toilolo until this at-bat here in the 7th. Swinging hits it hard down the left field line forward. The base hit, runners rounding third. And second comes in safely at third. Lead is now 11 for the Hillcats. Crimson Storm, just cannot mount much out of the gate, giving up 5 runs in 2 innings, only putting up 1, and then giving up 5 runs in the 5th. Crimson Storm could just not get into a rhythm. So 2 on and 2 out now for the Hillcats. Similar situation what we saw a couple batters ago. Ball hangs over the middle of the plate. Ball strike 1. 1-1 count for Toilolo. Trying to work with something here and just get out of this inning and stop the bleeding here for the Crimson Storm. Swing and a miss for Marley. He's 2 or 3 on the day has a home run to his credit. A walk and a ground out and an RBI. Pitch just outside the batter's box down the middle. 2-2 count. Toilo looking for that strikeout here this afternoon to stop the bleeding here for the Storm. Toilo strikes him out looking. Marley can't believe it. He'll take a trot back to the dugout as we take a break here at SNUathletics.com. Storm trying to cut into the lead, down 13-2. Head to the bottom of the 7th. We'll be right back at SNUathletics.com. back here at SNUathletics.com, leading off the inning for the Crimson Storm. Mike DeShishlo, followed by Austin Cooper and Jeff Harris. On the mound for the Hillcats, now Justin Magstadt. First action of the day, trying to close out this game. First pitch finds the strike zone right over the middle of the plate. Strike one against DeShishlo. Check swing from the first base umpire, calls it 1-1. As Shishlo held back on the swing. Swing and a miss from DeShishlo. 1-2 count for the senior. After this game, Storm have just one more series and their season is over. It's the Crimson Storm trying to end things on a high now, getting a couple victories the last couple days. And a bit of a deficit here against Rogers State. DeShishlo not able to get into a rhythm here along with the other power hitters of the Crimson Storm. Shishlo readies the 1-2. Swing and hits this one hard right for the base hit. Good looking swing from DeShishlo. Now to the plate for the Storm. Austin Cooper has come away with a couple of nice hits today. He's got 2 singles and 2 RBIs to his credit. Looking to continue that trend and just try to dip into the lead here of the Hillcats. Ball catches outside and away from Magstadt. Shishalo looking to possibly run if in the right situation. 1-1 count now for Cooper. Shishalo waiting the signal, possibly from the third base coach, of when he should go or when he shouldn't. Ball fouled off, bounced off the ground and back at the head of Austin Cooper. Fortunately, it didn't hit him in the face area, rather the side of the helmet. 1-2 count now for Cooper. Ball hit up, hanging in center field. Able to track out underneath it as Douglas secures the first out of the inning. Sends Cooper back to the dugout to Shishalo back to first. And Jeff Harris up to the plate for the Crimson Storm. Ball outside from Harris. Holds for ball 1. A lot of the batters here for the Storm, the strategy is to try to take the first pitch and see what the guy on the mound is throwing at him. Try to strategize what else to go for. Ball gets away from the catcher. Shishalo advances to second. Swing and a miss from Harris, strike one. Now with a 2-1 count here for the sophomore, who's 0-2 on the day with a fly out, ground out on the fielder's choice, and 3 runners left on base. Harris and company have got to get things going here. Hits one hard left and a nice snag from the third baseman. Throws it back to Miguel at second base, secures the out and the inning, and ultimately gives the Hillcats the 13-2 victory as they come in here to Phelan Field in Bethany and absolutely wreck shop here against the Crimson Storm. Tough outing here for the Crimson Storm as they move to 7-38. Rogers State now 30-14. Storm had their final home series of the season here at Phelan Field. this Friday and Saturday. We'll see you next time here at SNUathletics.com. Signing off for everybody, I'm Connor McKenzie. We'll see you next time.